Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, it is Wednesday night. I'm Dan Marty. He is
the man of the hour, Leo Rush.
Now, you know what? Black Friday is come and gone at this point. Do you think I should have got a watch so I know what time it is?
Probably.
Give me the scoop.
Probably.
Give me the scoop. What do we got?
Because you're missing out.
What am I missing?
That special time of every day.
What time is it?
It's rush hour.
Rush hour. Wrestling fans, Wrestling Insider's Rush Hour is next. Stand by. Wrestling fans, the 9th annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive explodes into Christmas with 12 featured superstar guests. We can't bring you a live wrestling event due to COVID restrictions, but we'll be bringing you a series of cyber signings and meet and greets. On Saturday, December the 5th, fans around the corner and around the world can get nasty with former WWE and WCW Tag Team Champions Brian Knobbs and Jerry Saggs, the Nasty Boys, joining us for a live cyber autograph signing here at MWF Studios. Get a personalized autograph from the Nasty Boys, signed to you live on the air and mailed to your home. Join us now through mid-December as superstars help us continue our annual mission to update Santa Claus's GPS to find every kid's house this Christmas, put smiles on faces while honoring Paul Bearer's memory. VIP packages are still available. Don't worry, if you missed a live superstar signing, every star is signing enough photos while they're here in Boston to fill VIP packages through December the 19th. Whether for your wrestling collection or to give as a holiday gift, if you're going to take part in any toy drive this year, please help our 9th annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. Visit BostonWrestling.com and our social media platforms for complete event and toy drive information.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, we continue the 9th annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive, the Cyber Toy Drive that I have to say Leo has certainly been the champion of. We've had some great superstars involved. This weekend we have, look at the plethora, 4 more superstars this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday doing live signings, in-studio tapings, and then next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So my dear Lord, Leo, I don't know how I'm going to get through it. By Christmas time, I'm not going to be able to talk.
No.
But all baby Marty wants is the PlayStation 5. That's my mission. That's the Dan Marty toy drive. Can I get that done?
Yeah, of course.
You think I'm going to find it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, brother. I needed a little encouragement because I have a feeling it's going to be a long Christmas trying to get it. But for you fans, it's nice and easy. All you have to do is head on over to BostonWrestling.com. You can get the cyber autographs in advance from the superstars that will be appearing live right here in studio, or if you get one of the VIP packages, you'll get all 12 superstars that have been part of the toy drive. They've all signed pictures and left them, the pictures and the posters that are part of the VIP package, so you don't miss out on anything. Maybe you missed a little bit of the fun with the live specials, but you can go back and watch them in the archives as we continue to set records on this channel. And brother, I think you're going to be a big part of it now as we continue to grow. What happened over this summer honestly blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. And now we have you, the Rush Hour. What's going on, kid?
It's a lot.
I feel like the work is actually starting to pay off.
Yeah.
It's only been 19 years, but
it is,
you got to
for sure.
start somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it's been a lot of fun. We truly appreciate you joining us. Again, for those on Wednesday night that join us during the premiere of the show, we have the chat going on right now. The super chat helps a great deal. If you hit that gray button with the little $ symbol on there, anything helps. We got Slick Rick B. I'm sure we got all my Kevins. We got Big Ant from Thunder Valley. We got Maria. You remind me of a West Side Story. We got Tania, whatever name you want to go by this week. Larson, if he behaves himself. Ken, we got a hell of a crew. Will Cortez, a hell of a crew of people that come in and join us. And I love them. I've never met them personally. Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
I feel like, not that I am a connoisseur of pornography, but I think it's called Chatterbait, where people go in and they type messages with the stars.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
almost kind of like that, only we're talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Maybe Patrick was in the other one, I don't know. All right, let's talk a little wrestling here on Wrestling Insiders. It's the Rush Hour continues. 2017, everybody wanted more Leo in Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor didn't want to give them more Leo. Or they wanted to discount Leo, which they weren't going to get. So the man made the big move. He showed the world that he was the man of the hour. Leo Rush, my friend, since 2015. How did it come to be with WWE? Who reached out to who? How did you set things up?
So, Canyon Seaman was the one who...
Hell of a last name.
Who reached out. He was the one who reached out to me. And I remember I was sitting outside of a restaurant eating, and I ended up getting a phone call, and he said, he introduced himself to me and said that WWE was interested in signing me. And I was just like, holy, what?
Now, at this point, were you done with Ring of Honor?
Oh, I was super done.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I was super done. By that time, I had already not signed my second Ring of Honor contract. I was doing a per appearance type deal.
Yeah. So you could have signed with anybody at that point.
Yeah, but there was also a point where I already, said to myself, this is going to be my last Ring of Honor appearance before I eventually drift off into the indies. Yeah. So I was on the independent scene for a short amount of time, maybe like 4 months, doing the Feel the Rush tour. And yeah, I ended up getting that phone call, and he said that WWE was interested in signing me, and I just felt like I was ready. I felt like my hard work paid off, and I felt like that was an opportunity that I just couldn't give up. So
it's almost like what Tommaso did. He left Ring of Honor, and he was in a good spot in Ring of Honor, and he kind of did the indie thing for a little bit. Look at how well it worked out for him right now. So, not to interrupt you, but
no, it was just an opportunity that I felt like, I literally worked hard for my whole life, and I when WWE is contacting you, and not the other way around, it's like,
you must have felt like $1 million.
Yeah.
For all those internal battles that you've had, those are the days that it makes you feel like $1,001 instead of just $1 million.
5 years earlier, from that phone call, I was the one calling WWE asking.
Right, listening to the theme songs on hold forever, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a pretty good feeling.
So what was the deal? Did they just present you an offer? Was there any kind of negotiation back and forth? Did they tell you needed to relocate to Orlando? What happened at that point?
There wasn't much, renegotiation. I was already living in Orlando at the time.
Oh, you were already in Florida?
I was in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so that made it a little easier then.
Yeah. I was in Florida, and there wasn't much negotiation, not much back and forth. There was a little concern on my end as far as the pay, but I was told that everybody coming in makes this, their first week coming in, and then eventually it grows over time. And
was that factual?
Yes.
Okay.
It grew. It grew. Those guys in NXT, like, over a certain period of time, they'll get like pay raises and stuff like that. Nothing like too crazy, but it grew over time. Yeah. So yeah, that was it.
So, as a guy that had as much experience as you, how often were you expected at the Performance Center, if you were expected there at all?
I was expected to go into the Performance Center because I knew everybody went, through the Performance Center.
Yeah, so was it was it expected?
It was mandatory.
Was it part of the job? Okay.
Yeah, it was mandatory. Everybody, that class that I was a part of, it was me, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly,
all in
Bobby
the same
Fish, Donovan Dijak. We were all in the same class.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Well, Bobby wrestled for us too.
Yep.
I didn't
we were
know
all
you
in the
guys
same
were all in at
class,
the same
and
time.
everybody had to go through the Performance Center. The only thing that was shocking, though, was that I had to go through the beginners class because they have different classes that eventually level up until you get to like the TV guy,
class? Yeah.
the TV guy class. And I was a little, just because I got signed without a tryout, like I didn't have to, try out for the company. So
You
they
weren't
obviously
starting from scraps.
Yeah, they already knew what I could do. But I ended up starting out in that beginners class, learning how to do a headlock, learning how to, take a wrist lock.
It was almost like putting a high school kid in elementary school.
Yeah, it was weird, but I didn't mind because
You're getting paid.
Getting paid, just got signed to WWE at 22 years old without having to do a tryout. It's like, I'm not gonna complain about anything.
Yeah.
I wasn't in that class for much longer. It was like
Who was in
2
charge
weeks.
of that class?
Robbie Brookside.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you like him as a trainer?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Amazing.
At that point, did you learn anything?
Yeah, I did.
Even at the beginner's level? Okay.
Yeah, I did.
And what would you, as someone that had as much experience as you, what were you learning at the Performance Center at a beginner's level? I'm kind of interested in that. Was it just the small things?
It was small things, but the smallest things make the biggest difference.
We've mentioned that so many times. You and I.
A lot of transitional things to make, the match seem fluid, make the movement seem fluid. Like it wasn't just stop, go, your turn, my turn. Everything just moved all within one flow. And Robbie Brookside, he was really good at, making that happen. So I learned a lot from him. And it was great to pick his brain because he
from a different part of the world.
Yeah, different part of the world, different
He was
part
a hooker,
of
right?
the era that he was wrestling in, on the British, wrestling scene.
Yeah.
So much to learn.
Did they make Adam Cole and those type guys go through the beginners class too?
I don't believe Adam Cole went through the beginners class. But I honestly don't think Fish and O'Reilly had to either. I think they didn't go straight to like the top class, but they were like maybe a class or two like above.
How many different classes were there?
I think it was 4.
4 different classes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Robbie Brookside, Scotty Too Hottie.
At what level was Scotty?
I believe he was the 3rd class. He was the 3rd class. Actually, there was 5 classes.
5,
so
all right.
beginner's class,
Yeah.
Robbie Brookside. Then you went to Norman Smiley. After that, then you would go to Scotty's class, Scotty Too Hottie. Then you would go to Terry. You would go to Terry, and then you would go to Shawn Michaels. And his class, they never bumped. They were just watching film all the time.
Really? That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I was jealous. I was jealous of that.
You wanted to go and watch the film with Shawn?
A little bit, yeah.
Did you get to that point?
No, I didn't.
Really? Now how come?
I didn't.
Because they brought you up?
I don't think, I wasn't in NXT that long to get through all the classes. The highest class that I went up was Scotty's class, which was the 3rd one.
And as Scotty is someone that has worked with us before, what did you think of being trained by Scotty?
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
Walter Kowalski guy.
Yeah. He was big on strikes.
Was he? Really?
I loved
Scotty was big on strikes?
Yeah.
Now that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
A big horror guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that came into play when you were there, but he loves Universal Studios.
Oh, yeah.
And the amusement parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Scotty's a really good guy. And did you go through Smiley's class?
I did.
And what did you think of his training?
Absolutely genius. He's a genius, literally a wrestling genius, Norman Smiley.
Did you get to Terry, or were you already gone at that point?
No. Never went to Terry, but a lot of my matches on the NXT house shows, Terry Taylor was like my producer for a majority of my matches.
And this is a guy, I mentioned Bruce Pritchard earlier on our ride here. But with Terry Taylor, this is a guy you talk about polarizing. Some people love him, some people detest him. When I had to deal with Terry when he was in charge of talent relations for TNA, I thought he was great. What did you think of Terry?
I hated Terry Taylor at first.
Okay.
At first.
All right.
But then I just, out of nowhere, I don't know what it was, I just loved him. Like, absolutely loved him. I don't know what it was. I really don't. I think it was, he just saw, I just couldn't, I'll never forget seeing Dijak get shitted on by Terry Taylor at an NXT house show. And, I was just kind of dying laughing. And, Dijak, because he was in the same class as me. Mm-hmm. And on these house shows, Dijak would do his feast your eyes thing. And Terry Taylor, he was just like, what is this? What is this? What is this feast your eyes thing? And, Dijak was just like, that's my gimmick. And then Terry Taylor was like, not here, it's not. And I was just like, what? Like, you signed all these guys, like, from the indies. I mean, Terry Taylor did it, but just the
company.
The thought process of, like, they signed these guys for who they were and what got them over. And then when you get to WWE, don't do it.
No, it doesn't exist anymore.
It's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They didn't tinker with you too much.
Not too much, but
other than that moth thing towards the end. But
at the same time, they just didn't know what to do with me. They just did not know. They didn't know. They just knew that I was good in the ring, but they didn't know what to do with me storyline wise. They didn't know. They had no clue. And that's when the 205 Live thing kind of picked up on the network, and they were like, we need cruiserweights that are good, so they put me on 205.
Now, how did you get the news that you were headed to 205 Live?
Yeah, that is a very long story, but I would try to, so it was messy. The process.
It was messy.
The process from going to NXT to 205 and then 205 to Raw, all of that was super messy. I remember cutting promos during promo class, and I would ask the lead writer, Joe Belcastro, if he can watch my promos, because it was like week after week on NXT TV where they just didn't know what to do with me. Like, they didn't know how to introduce me as like a character or anything. So I would ask him, you mind watching my promos so he can get a better idea like who I was. And he would say, yeah, I'll watch it. And then as I'm cutting my promo, I'll see him not watching my promo. And then after my promo, I would go up to him, ask him, hey, what did you think about my promo? And he would be like, this is good. I'm like, motherfucker, you didn't watch it. I saw you. And then week after week after week, I would, he would say to everybody at the Performance Center, not just me, email me your pictures, email me your ideas, let me, give you feedback, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I did. I would ask him, hey, did you happen to, see my email? What did you think? And he was like, oh, I didn't get a chance to get into it yet. And I'm just like, all right. Another week went by, asked him again, still nothing. Another week went by. Week after week, I would ask him, still didn't see it. So I would do another email to see if he would just like see it out of him randomly checking his email. And I was like, hey, did you see my new email? And he just was like, Leo, it's starting to get like, basically told me it was getting annoying that I was like sending him so many like emails and like asking his input on different things. And he flat, I will never forget this. He flat out told me, Leo, listen, we'll put you on TV when we feel like you're ready. And I don't feel like you're ready for TV. I'm like, what'd you sign me for?
And what was this man's background?
Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know of him to be a wrestling guy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that was who they were putting in charge of your wrestling career.
Yeah. So he wouldn't watch my promos. He wouldn't look at my emails. He told me that I wasn't ready for TV. And I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to start cutting my own promos, putting them on social media. So that's what I started doing. I would cut a promo every single day literally every single day, different outfit, different location. Every single day I would cut a promo, upload it to Instagram and Twitter. That caught the attention of somebody on 205 and say, hey, let's bring this guy up. We need a big heel.
Someone with some life to him.
Yeah. We need a heel. Let's bring Leo up. So that's what they did. I shot some vignettes. Had nothing to do with Joe Bel Castro, thank God. So I did those. Ended up getting caught up to 205. Was still doing the same thing, uploading promos every day for like 4 or 5 months straight.
You went out and you get yourself over.
Those promos, somebody on Raw from a writer team ended up seeing my promos.
Yeah.
Showed it to Vince. Vince was like, "Who's this kid?" Told him who I was. I was on 205, and he was like, you know, he's been wanting Bobby to have like a manager, so he was like, bring him up to Raw, see what he can do with Bobby. So that led to that, which is crazy.
And it was kind of a quick transition as everything started to come together.
Yeah.
But your first angle in NXT, it was actually with that man, Velveteen Dream. Something you enjoyed? Was it kind of fun to do something with someone that you kind of broke into the business with, or were you two still buddy at that point?
No, it was cool. We were still talking at that time. It was more cool. I don't know if you paid attention to the referee, but the referee was the female Jessica Carr.
Okay.
Who also went to MCW Training Center.
Get out of here! I didn't know that.
And who was in our class, the same class with me and Patrick.
So I had no idea.
It was very cool, you know, to be facing Patrick and then having her as the referee.
Let me ask you this: personal opinions.
Yeah.
We all have them. What do you think of a female referee in a men's match?
I think it's cool.
Do you really?
I just because, you know, to see a female have authority like that, you know, in a physical contest, I thought it was cool. Especially when you have somebody who looks like they know what they're doing, and that's, you know, kind of agile and moving around, and it's not, you know, just like there to, you know, make like a statement of like, hey, I'm like the first female referee. It's like she took that opportunity and she went after it. And now look at her. You're seeing her on SmackDown on Fox. She's on Raw, you know, as the first female, you know, referee, and she's doing like a really good job.
Well, you know, everybody forgets poor Rita Marie.
Oh yeah, you see, listen, I'm 26.
You forget Rita Marie.
Again, I'm 26.
Well, see, Rita Marie accused Mr. McMahon of rape, so I think she's forgotten in the history books.
I'm not a part of this.
She's forgotten in the history books.
I'm not a part of that.
But to me, the reason I don't like having a female in a ref, it has nothing to do with the gender. I think from a point of view of someone watching it, they know that a man is not going to accidentally strike a woman and there be any physical contact. I think it takes a little bit of the element of danger out of the match if you have a female doing a men's match, and that's my only problem.
I don't think there should be danger. I don't think that attention.
You don't think it should? You don't think the referee should be in danger in a simulated violence?
I don't think that attention should be on the referee. I think the attention should be on the. I don't want to think about, oh, is this referee going to possibly get, you know, hurt? And I think that's what makes ref bumps so exciting, because it is so unexpected. I don't think people should expect a referee to get hit.
It should almost never happen.
Yeah.
Because it gets over huge when you do it on a very limited basis.
But I guarantee you, you know, it's going to happen one of these days, because who would have thought that you would see another female take an RKO after Stacy Keibler? And, you know, 2 years ago, Nia Jax took RKO. That was huge. So I'm pretty sure.
That was the first time in years a woman took a bump from a man. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure one of these days there's going to be a female ref bump. I guarantee it.
It'll be interesting if it happens. I just think in the PC world that we're in, they wouldn't do it, but you never know. You never know. Two men, two different opinions, that's all. You have to bring this up because it was a big part of what happened early on with you. The Emma tweet.
Oh, yeah.
A joke gone wrong.
Yeah.
Again, that was a time I remember getting annoyed at the reaction you got. Because I don't think you meant anything bad by it.
No, I didn't. But
it was an attempt at humor that just went over wrong.
You know, I deserve. I wouldn't say I deserve the backlash that I got. I don't think I deserve the attack that I got, but
No.
I definitely deserve some type of repercussions for doing what I did. Did I mean it in a harmful way? No. You know, I was stupid. I was, you know, naive. You know, I was, you know, ignorant to the world of WWE. You know, I was fresh in the company. I didn't know that for a shoot, WWE tweeted out when somebody got like shoot released. I thought it was all.
You thought it was an angle?
Yeah, she just. Personally, I thought it was just because she just got off of that big pay-per-view match with Emma.
Asuka.
I mean, with
Asuka.
And then that's why I tweeted, like, I didn't, you know, direct anything at Emma.
It wasn't anything bad. It was. It was almost like it was in a storyline format.
Yeah, just because that was Asuka's whole thing. Nobody's ready for Asuka. Blah,
That's
blah,
what
blah.
you wrote, right.
So that's my fault for being just stupid. I was stupid. It was a bad joke made at a horrible time that I just wasn't aware that it was a horrible time. Yeah. So.
But you meant no harm.
Yeah, of course.
And that's why the backlash to it was rough. I was happy that Road Dogg and Mick Foley, I don't know if you remember their responses,
I
but
do.
they that made me happy because I knew
I remember
from
the
our
people,
experiences, you meant no harm.
Yeah, I remember the people who said good things, and I remember every single last person who said
there were some
the bad
brutal
things.
ones.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Next day at the Performance Center after the tweet, what is that day like for Leo
Oh,
Rush?
my goodness.
Tell me, baby, tell me.
Oh, talk about
Cold.
all eyes on you.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Yeah, that was rough. I contemplated just not going to the PC.
Really?
Yeah. Just because the amount of shit that I got online was insane. And the amount of shit that I got from people within the company, you know, people that I was going to see the next day. Like, okay, I mean, it's just weird. Like,
Could you call out sick?
No.
No one ever called out sick?
No. But I just didn't want to be that person. You know, I just went, I took it on the chin and I.
Was it that were people cold to you? Were they ignoring you? Were they cruel to you?
Cruel.
Yeah. Stiff with you in the ring?
Ignoring, no, stiff. If anybody's stiff with me, I'm an amateur wrestler, all-American amateur wrestler. So if anybody's gonna shoot on me, you know, I'm not just gonna take it. But
you can hold your own.
Yeah, but it was definitely uncomfortable.
How long did that last?
Not too long.
Good.
Until I made. You know, I'm not going to say a mistake, but it was just taken out of context. I remember being at the PC, and we just did this huge blow-up day drill. Like this, the whole day of training was blow-up day, blow-up day, blow-up day. So everybody.
For everybody, not just you.
Everybody. Everybody was like putting in a lot of hard work, and at the end, Bloom was like, you know, happy for everybody. And saying that we did a good job, and then somebody had stepped up and said something. I think it was Chris Hero, and then Bloom was like, "Does anybody else want to like say something?" Then somebody else said something. Then he was like, "Does somebody else want to say?" Then somebody else said something. And I was just like, "Oh, it's getting a little annoying." And then
all directed towards you?
No. No.
Okay.
People just started to keep saying stuff, and then. I was just like, why not? I'll say something too. So I said, I went up on the ring, like on the apron, because I was short. Everybody's so tall, so I wanted to be like seen. And then I remember saying something to the extent of, in good context, but people just took it like horribly. Like I was saying, I'm better than everybody. But I was saying that everybody here should be, you know, busting their ass, which they were. And I was like congratulating everybody and saying how hard everybody was working. and I said, everybody should have the mindset of coming in here and outworking everybody, because I have the mindset that I'm gonna work harder than every single last person in here. And everybody was just like, whoa. Like
They took it almost like you were trying to say there was laziness?
Yeah.
Really?
Because I said, because I know that I work harder than every single last person in here. That's just the mindset that everybody should have.
That's
in
what
order
makes you
to,
a success.
And yeah, I was like, but in my mind, I'm so used to being in team sports, and that's the way that we motivate each other. It's like, work harder, I'm working harder than you, blah, 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 blah. But it's not like that in WWE. Everybody is solo, everybody's coming from different backgrounds. Not everybody's an athlete. So by me saying that, people got pissed. I almost got fired.
Real? Over that?
Yeah.
Why?
I almost got fired.
Why?
Because Bloom was saying that he had to do damage control after the Emma tweet. And after I came in, he did damage control, and then I said what I said. I made everybody pissed off at me again, and everybody was just super frustrated. Like, everybody was like pissed, like legit wanted to fight me. People were ready to fight.
Really?
Yeah.
So again, you're in a situation where I imagine for at least a little while,
Yeah.
it was kind of tense to go to work every day.
Yeah, it was bad. I was ready to quit. I was
Really?
like,
What a
there's
shame.
nothing that I can do at this point that's gonna like turn this around for me.
Yeah.
You know, thank God. That was right before I got called up to 205. So, but I think that moment kind of started making its way around the locker room, and it made its way up to the main roster. So then you had main roster people.
So they already knew.
Knew what I
pipeline
did.
of news,
Yeah. So I had that kind of energy about me.
I know it means absolutely nothing to you, but I really felt for you, in at least the
It
end
was rough.
situation.
It was rough.
Because I know the kind of person you are.
Yeah.
And you know what but I also know how the wrestling industry works, which is
Yeah.
unfortunate. But you wound up getting a quick squash with Lars Sullivan on TV a few weeks later. Was that some kind of a send-off for a little while to kind of get you off TV?
No,
or?
yeah, that was a send-off for sure.
Yeah.
They knew that I was going to go to 205.
Oh, they already knew at that point.
Yeah.
Now, what was Lars Sullivan like? He's kind of an odd. I met
really
him
don't remember. I knew that he talked to me. I knew that we had conversation, but I don't remember. Like, I mean, you could tell me that I was talking to a brick wall, and I would be like, okay. I'm not trying to say that he's boring, but it's just like, I just don't remember the conversation.
Like a brick wall. I love it.
No, I just don't remember the conversation at all. Come on, man.
I love you.
on, man.
You're so. We just gel. I don't know. I've had so much fun with these shows. But I tell you this, I met him at a house show in the locker room in Lowell, Massachusetts, and I was surprised at how thick he was in person. But I don't know.
I mean, he legit looks like, and I'm not meaning to say this in a bad way, but like how like the fictional cat, like ogres, like how they're so no, come on, man. Come on. I'm just saying.
He's a human ogre, yeah.
But no,
Oh, he's kind of like Tony Atlas. Kind of looks like Shrek. So there you go.
He's like massive. He's
He
like
is. He's much thicker than he is on TV.
He's not
in
like
person.
tall. He's not really all
No,
that tall.
no.
But just his body parts are just like massive, and it just looks unreal. So yeah, I mean that's working with him. He was super open to doing everything that I pitched. I was the one who pitched him doing his finisher off the second on me to like take me out. He was cool with that.
Devastating.
So, I mean, working with him, it was cool. I mean, I know he's got some other shit going on with him, but I mean, I don't.
Well, it almost goes back to the first episode we did about mental health issues.
Yeah.
It's been pretty well documented that he's had to go through a lot. He was in line for a great WrestleMania spot with John Cena.
Yeah.
And then, he had, some issues pop up. And then you talk about damage control.
Yeah.
Those the movies that came out.
Yeah.
And then he was also, I think he was fined a large amount of money for I don't know if it was a racist comment he made on Reddit years ago or something
I'm
like
not
that,
sure.
but it was a substantial fine. So he's been through a lot, but I don't think that movie is going to help his future aspirations.
I don't know.
I've never watched
I try to stay out of all things that don't have anything to do with me. I stay out of it.
You had enough of your own.
Yeah.
Never mind the movies, but I don't know. Maybe Patrick could line that one up with his Instagrams. But
Again, nothing to do with
no
me.
idea.
So I stay out of it.
Now, the 205 Live, you called up to the brand. Were you happy to kind of get away from that environment you were in? Were you still going to the PC every day once you were on 205 Live?
Every once in a while, I would still have to go to 205. Yeah, they would make me still go to the PC.
So at what point did you have to stop going? Once you were on Raw, or were you still going at that point?
Once I a little later on in my time on 205, I eventually slowly started to drift away from like the PC. Like I would
by
still
choice, or you were allowed to?
By choice, but they didn't care because I was on the road, so they weren't like, as soon as you get off the plane, make sure you get in the PC the next day. Like they didn't care. It turned into me going when I was in NXT going every day to when I got on 205, I was going maybe 3 times a day, and then later on when I was getting closer to being on Raw, I would go maybe once a day just to pop in and say, hey, what's going on? Maybe roll around with some people. And then by the time I was
still going every day?
No,
once a week.
Once a week.
Oh, you said once a day.
Oh,
okay,
sorry.
Okay, no, that's all right.
And then once I was just full in with Bobby, I never went back to the PC.
And I'm sure that didn't bother you too much.
No,
not
at all.
For the fans at home, what would a day at the PC be like? Is it an 8-hour day? Is it a 4-hour day?
Let me see. So I would get in at 8. I would have in-ring training, break for an hour to eat lunch. Then I would go lift for an hour. Another break for 30 minutes.
Oh,
and then
a lot of breaks.
Train for an hour. Then after training, I would have promo class for an hour. So it was like a 6-hour day, 6 to 7 hours.
Who did promo class?
Steve Carino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. How did you like working with him on the promos?
Loved it. Same person I was working with my promos
Ring
for
of
Ring of
Honor.
Honor.
Right.
So yeah.
Now let me ask you this: where you, and I think again, along with your athletic ability, I think you're a tremendous promo. Were you getting anything out of promo class, or did you feel like verbally you had it?
No. I was definitely getting stuff out of it.
Okay.
I was never a huge promo guy.
Really?
On the indies, I wasn't. On the indies, I didn't cut many promos.
At what point do you think you became the verbal phenomenon that you are now?
When I got to 205. As soon as I went to 205, my promos, people started taking notice. Okay, this guy can talk.
In 205, was everything completely scripted? Were you allowed any creative freedom when it came to the promos?
Pretty much scripted.
And what was that like?
They let me put things in my own words because my character was so unique. So they didn't want me to. They wanted me to say it how Leo Rush would say it.
They let you at least be you with their thoughts.
Yeah. It was a little more leeway on 205.
I think bullet points is the way to go. Because a lot of the guys, as you've probably seen at the PC and in wrestling in general, they're not trained actors and actresses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not there to recite Shakespeare. They get in the ring and they work simulated violence.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so you thought your verbal ability really hit home once you hit 205 Live.
Yeah.
What was some of your favorite matches on 205 during the brief stint you had there before you really got the big push?
Match with Cedric Alexander I had was really good. I remember going to my hometown of DC and I was in a multi-man match.
Now, tell me what that's like, going home to your hometown. I don't even know who was in the multi-man match because I interrupted you. But I mean, tell me that experience.
That was amazing.
Mom and Dad must have been there.
Yeah, everybody was there. Family members, friends from all over, people that watched me on the indies, being at MCW and stuff. Everybody was there, and it was amazing. I feel like that was the same night that it was SmackDown's anniversary, and I remember Batista came back.
And they did the Evolution reunion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both of us was from DC. Both of us got announced from DC. And
who got the bigger pop?
I did.
You got
I swear. It was
talk about heat.
It was crazy.
You got a bigger pop than Batista? Someone got a big chuckle out of it. All right.
It was. I listen. I couldn't believe it. You know, it's like Batista. Like that's who
he was one of the guys you watched as a little kid.
Yeah, and hearing him get announced from DC, I'm like, oh man, that's gonna sound real cool when I get announced from DC. And with him doing the Avengers stuff, it's like this guy is mega superstar. I mean, me and Batista are cool because
he's a good guy.
I met him a few times.
He's a good
guy. He's actually invited me over to the Lion's Den, which is his little office. I'm not little office, big office. He's got a lot of things in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you gone? Or you're not in Florida anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, you did go?
Yeah. He invited me. He invited me over there, which was cool.
They really missed the boat with him. And there's a part of me that always feels bad when I say something negative because WWE has been so good, not just to me, but to Baby Marty that you've met with all the merchandise and such. But, he told them he was doing, what was the movie called? Avengers?
Yeah.
Or Guardians of the Galaxy? Which one was he in?
Both.
He was in both.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he presented it to them as this was this huge potential platform for them to use to push him. And I don't want to say who, but they scoffed at the man. He could probably tell you the full story. But I mean, what a waste. They lost prime years of Batista because I guess they didn't realize the potential of the movie franchise that he was going to be in. But he's a good egg that loves this business.
Yeah.
Loves this business.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you had a good experience with him. But I can't
he's
believe
awesome.
you got the bigger pop. Did that get you any heat?
No.
No. And no one watched 205 Live.
No.
They didn't care about that.
It was just cool. A lot, I'm telling you, like, a lot of, people that have seen me struggle were in that arena. Probably that whole arena, they literally my backyard, so everybody was super proud to see me, perform there.
That was one of those nights.
Yeah.
That was one of those great nights like we talked about before, when you shut off the light at night and you're in bed. I don't know if you had a woman with you or not, but it's just your own silent thoughts.
Yeah.
That's one of those great nights where you say, you know what, for all the bullshit that I have to go through, for all my internal struggles, for all my external struggles that I've dealt with in the company.
Yeah.
That's a night that just makes it worthwhile. Good for you. Like I said, it probably means nothing to you, but I was proud seeing what you were doing.
Appreciate that.
Because I know you're a good egg. So tell me, what led to the transition? You said Vince McMahon saw some of your promos. Bobby, I love Bobby. We've had him here in the Millennium Wrestling Federation, right down the street at Memorial Hall. We can't wait to get back in there and have you in the ring. But we had Bobby several times. Great guy. I love Bobby. I think Bobby should have had a WrestleMania main event with Brock Lesnar by this point. I don't understand it. They lost, and I'm sure I don't want to get into that story, but the prime years they lost of Bobby, 10 years of Bobby they lost when he could have been, if not the guy, one of the top few guys in that company. But the one thing he was missing was what you had. So how did it come to be? Other than Vince, was it just that simple?
I mean, it was literally that simple. I got to the arena. Paul Heyman was actually the producer of that initial promo of me doing the infamous low weights, high reps promo in the gym. And he said that, I was going to be paired with Bobby from here on out after this promo. And
how did Bobby take it, out of curiosity? Was Bobby happy to have someone with him?
Yeah, Bobby would see my promos on social media all the time. So he was happy that I was with him. He knew that we were going to be able to do some cool stuff.
He's such a good guy. He does such great work in the community up in Denver. I don't want to say who, but there's a WWE legend that he's done a tremendous amount of work for to try and help them in real life. And just Bobby Lashley is a good human being. I'm so glad he's back there making good money. Hopefully he has a decent run. Another one that I can't believe, you look at them, is actually several years older than me.
Yeah.
You know who my favorite is to break their balls about that? Is Shelton. Shelton is very anal that he is 6 years older than Dan Marty,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to say that on film. I'm not going to say that on film, Shelton. But right around that time, another cool thing. Leo Rush becomes a downloadable character on a video game.
Yeah.
Is a guy that I'm sure played video games as a youngster. How did it feel to be a character in a professional wrestling video game?
Incredible. That's something that I dreamed about my entire life. I played video games. I played those games.
Did you have the
growing up.
WWE games as a kid?
Every single last one of them. You know, and it was even more exciting because, you know, my son was getting older and he was getting interested in video games. And while I was gone, he was able to play me, his dad, as a character on a video game. So that's really cool to be able to, you know, accomplish that.
Was he old enough to play with you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
for
really?
Sure. Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
who got to play Leo?
Oh, me.
You were. Now, did you put your son over? No.
Nah.
You made him learn the hard way.
Yeah, you
Tough
gotta
lessons in life.
you gotta give him
you're
the
not
tough
always
love.
going to win in life, right?
Yeah.
You're not always going to.
Yeah.
I try and say the same thing to our little buddy that we met. Well, not so little buddy that we met earlier today at the ex-Marati mansion, but different story for a different time.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You were with Bobby on the big Saudi Arabia trip.
Mm-hmm.
And that was controversial to say the least. I think Bobby took Cena's spot, if I remember correctly, in that Best of the World tournament that Shane McMahon won for some reason. But there was, a journalist was assassinated in the country. There was a lot of worry with the talent going over there. I know some guys, there was some worry. I can't speak for everyone, as I certainly don't talk to every talent in the company. But for you, what were your thoughts going to Saudi Arabia at that point, where there was potential danger?
It was. I was nervous, just because, like you said, a lot of that stuff was all over the internet, you know, around that time, and originally Bobby was just supposed to go. I wasn't going to go with him.
Oh, really?
I wasn't supposed to. But I remember, I'll never forget, I was on a mini golf course with my wife. And I ended up getting a call and they said, hey, we're actually gonna fly you out to Saudi with Bobby. So can you pack because your flight is tomorrow? And I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, shit. So I go home, I pack, and I fly out there with Bobby. And
did you fly as a big group or did you just fly with
group.
Bobby? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
big group. Some of the places there, looks very scary. But then you have, on the opposite side of the street, big palaces and things that, you can only imagine and dream of and see on movies. So it was interesting, going there. Of course, once we got to the stadium, treated like royalty, because we were the entertainment for
the Prince.
Yeah, so it was interesting.
What I thought was interesting was they had almost like the recliners at the movie theater on the floor for the seats.
They got to be comfortable.
I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
That was great. I wanted to go at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was an odd experience. You weren't on the tour when they kind of got held there for a few days. Were you? Were you on that one?
No, I was not.
Thank
I was
God.
not. Yeah, I was
I
at
know
NXT
a couple
by the
of the
time.
guys that were, and I remember texting them, and it was that wasn't
rough.
good. That is someone, I don't know, I certainly won't say who, but one of the wrestlers said to me, we're a bunch of pawns in the middle of a war between a billionaire and a prince.
Yeah.
And what a lousy situation to be in.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. This is another interesting one, as I've talked with some of the guys about. Did you get a good payday for it, or against
of course.
You did get a good bonus for it?
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
So when you got the check, was it worth it a little more to go, or?
I mean, at a certain point, I'm just, there to do a job. Once it's done, I'm like, okay, job's done. Don't even think about it anymore. You don't got time to think about it. You got to be at Raw the next day.
Yeah. How long of a flight was that? My God.
Not too bad. It was maybe 14, 15 hours. I mean,
that's not all that bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as long as I thought it was going to be, but it was still long.
Still tough.
Yeah.
And you were there for several days
Yeah.
on top of it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You must have been thrilled to hit American soil
Yeah.
at that point. But I think you really helped heat up Bobby. Wound up getting the Intercontinental title with Seth Rollins
Yeah.
and Dean Ambrose. You're in the mix again with more top guys. Memories, thoughts of working with Rollins and Ambrose in that little program? I thought that was pretty good.
No, that was cool. I really enjoyed that, especially being able to work with Dean right before he left. You know, that was his last
Big run.
hurrah
Yeah.
was with Bobby and myself. So that was pretty cool.
Did you like working with Rollins?
Yeah, he was really cool. He was really good. You know, he appreciated my willingness to make him look good. So, yeah.
Well, and I mean, again, take this as a compliment. You could make anybody look good. I mean, you could bounce around like a ping pong.
Yeah.
And make even Seth Rollins certainly isn't. What do we got?
Just checking the watch every,
All right.
every once in a
Well,
while.
you are the man of the hour.
See if it's still
after all.
ticking.
Did we hit the hour? Because I know we're waiting for a special package.
Oh, yeah, it might be here. Just might.
I have a feeling our bodyguard, Quincy, will let us know
Yeah.
when it arrives. How long has it been, do you know?
Probably about a good 40.
Oh, so it's getting close.
Yeah.
It's getting close.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So let's try and plow through a little bit. Oh, wait. So that. 50 minutes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Oh, it's definitely here.
Survivor Series. Let's close out on that. Survivor Series 2018. Kind of a schmaz when you have so many guys put together in one match. The brand, I don't know how attached a wrestler becomes to a brand when the draft is only a month or two beforehand. How hard is it to put together a match with so many guys, so many eliminations? Because you were with Bobby in that 5-on-5 matchup.
Yeah, but I wasn't involved.
So it was easy for you.
Yeah, I didn't. I just had to stand there. You
Yeah.
know, I pitched, ideas to be involved, but they didn't want me to be involved. Really, they just wanted the story to be about Raw and SmackDown. So, yeah.
So it was an easy one.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. Pretty easy
All
night.
right.
Yeah.
And you know what? While we have a second where that was kind of quick, your memories of the big, it would have been 2019 Royal Rumble out in the beautiful city of Phoenix, Arizona. Bobby didn't last all that long in that one, but
did not.
One of the bigger crowds you've ever worked in front of. You get to at least come out and be the pitch man with them for those 13 seconds. Any memories of the Rumble?
I have a memory of being kind of pissed.
Why?
Because I was supposed to be in it.
Really?
Yeah, I was supposed to be in it. Going over rehearsals and everything, and then last minute I ended up getting pulled for I don't know who ended up replacing me. I forgot who ended up replacing me, but they took me out of the Rumble, and I remember just being so pissed. I wanted to leave. And
You ready to leave the company or the event?
no, the event.
Oh.
Event. I'm like, man, like you got me. I mean that was pretty frustrating.
That would have got a good pop, I bet.
Yeah.
If you were in it.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everybody would have wanted to see you get the shit kicked out of
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean? With so many guys in the ring that could
Yeah.
potentially do it.
Yeah.
Like I said, you could have been like a ping pong. You could have been 5 or 6 guys throwing shots at you. You could have been
Yeah.
bouncing. Then you have a big guy toss you out like you're nothing. I
Yeah.
think that would have got a great pop.
Yeah.
And they
you
they
gonna
needed
do?
me there. I would have loved to have booked you. You'd still be there.
Yeah.
All right, wrestling fans, we were waiting for a special package for this man. It is that time of year where everybody's waiting for packages because the big day is coming up, December the 25th.
Yeah.
The C word is one we will use here on Wrestling Insiders Rush Hour. It is Christmas time. That means it's the 9th annual Paul Bear Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive, the Cyber Toy Drive, as we have 12 superstars at the very least. Who knows who else we may dig up that are helping update Santa Claus's GPS to find every kid's house and create some smiles. And again, we've been doing it since 2012, and it was helped created by this man who we miss and who we love very much. We miss him every day. Again, the Patreon help us keep the lights on. You get early ad-free access to all of our great talk shows. You keep the legends working. They've been out of work 7 or 8 months due to coronavirus. Help them keep working. Imagine if enough fans joined what we could do. Imagine if we could do a talk show with a different superstar 7 nights a week. Wouldn't that be great to help put the money in those guys' pockets? And all it does is cost you it's a price of a cup of coffee over at Starbucks. Patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. And again, the eBay store is on fire. Almost everything on this set is available. We might even sell Leo for the right price. And we're having a lot of fun with the holiday headlocks at BostonWrestling.com. Again, if you've missed some of the cyber signings, don't worry. All the guys, when they come in, they're going to sign the pictures and the posters. As long as you put an order in for it by, I'm going to guess, like December 19th, December 20th, old Chris Kringle can get it to you in time for Christmas for yourself, for your wrestling man cave, woman cave, or if you want to give it as a holiday gift. It's a great thing to do, and more important, it's about putting the smile on those kids' faces. There was a year when I became crippled. I felt what it was like for the people that need a little bit of help around the holidays, and that's what we've tried to do. So for my longtime, close, hungry, personal friend, Mr. Leo Rush, I'm Dan Marty. We'll see you next Wednesday. Can I say it the way I like to say it? On Wrestling Insiders, Rush Hour.
Wrestling fans, the 9th annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive Cyber Fanfest explodes into Christmas with interactive cyber autograph signings, live interviews, raffles, merchandise, and more. We were excited to bring you a wrestling event here in Boston, but we have the ability to bring a Cyber Fanfest to great fans like you around the world. Recent WWE NXT Cruiserweight Champion Leo Rush kicked off the drive with autographed photos and posters still for sale online. Let's run down the list of remaining cyber autograph signings where you can get an autograph photo for yourself or to give to a friend or a loved one this holiday. Mail order for your items is also available. On Survivor Series Sunday, November the 22nd, Marty Jannetty will be with us live for a cyber autograph signing during the Farewell to the Undertaker. You never know what to expect with Marty in studio live. We're back Friday, December the 4th with the veteran former Nation of Domination member Savio Vega, a.k.a. Quang, making a rare appearance in Boston. Things are going to get nasty on Saturday, December the 5th when Brian Knobbs and Jerry Saggs, the Nasty Boys, join us for the very first time. A great chance to get the former WWE and WCW Tag Team Champions signed. Sunday night, December the 6th, WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas returns for a Cyber Christmas party during our NXT Takeover Watch Along. Tony will be signing autographs and will also have his art available for purchase. The following Friday, December the 11th, one of the most powerful superstars in wrestling history, the Warlord, joins us live in studio discussing his WWF run beginning in 1988. Saturday, December the 12th, the superstar undefeated for 2 years in the WWF, Native American Tatanka, will be with us supporting the toy drive. Then on Sunday, December the 13th, it's a double feature of future star superstars as recent Ring of Honor Pure Title Tournament competitor Wheeler Yuta joins us in studio for the first time after competing here in Boston Wrestling MWF, along with the man visiting us for the first time in 8 years, the new Impact Wrestling World Champion Rich Swann. And it wouldn't be Christmas without old John Cena Sr. with us live and in person as he's been working the phones on the North Pole. Again, autographs and all-inclusive VIP packages are on sale now at BostonWrestling.com. Help our tradition of updating Santa's GPS to find every kid's home this year while creating smiles and honoring the late, great Paul Bearer's memory. From our family to yours, happy holidays, Merry Christmas.